Your damn power has increased. Hoo-hoo. The ring is empty. What the hell is this kid talking about? If the power is increased, why do you have to suffer like that? Brother, your power has increased. The wounds, they are also recovering faster than before. The master screamed hysterically. It's not internal force that increases. Then we're going to have to continue to suffer. Or SAO. Listen to here. The mood immediately plummeted. If you think about it, it is true. Then you also try your luck and feel your inner strength. I see myself getting stronger too. Or indeed, my inner strength has increased. You can understand the feeling of the sword. And sit on your knees, muttered. I really think this life is over. At the same time, the white sky from afar took heavy steps towards them. I don't know if I should call this a dead end or full body violence. But no matter what, it worked. I only see white sky with a puffy face, along with a bruised eye on one side. Tone-bewildered ring. Master. Shoo shoo. After all, how much he was beaten. There. At that moment, the source of everything. Slowly step out of the carriage. People are whispering something. She turned to answer with a swollen face. Our inner strength has increased. That's of course. Serene dawn. Because of that yesterday, I had to work hard to beat people like that. The white people heard that whispering. Oh, you must be hard. White sky sighed in wonder. Even with this result, we have nothing to say. But we have absolutely no way of understanding it. It's basically that. The cave is not clear. The acupressure is blocked or SAO. Actually, it's the same. But what we do is different. A little bit of acupressure. It's a little different. Look at my face. It's a little bit of the SAO that's completely different. Than Minh Province butter. Well, about that. I just like to beat people up like that. It was so quick to hear that my hands trembled. Please don't stop me. Maybe we should watch this kid here. The world can be at peace. But quickly, he accepted with a sigh. It's okay, but explain it better. It's how it works, after all. She clicked her tongue as if it were annoying. He reached out his hand pointed at the white sky chest. Where did this come from, Ra? What are you talking about? I mean, where did this muscle come from? Well, it's thanks to training. So why do muscles appear when you exercise? The White House doesn't know how to answer right now. Because you've never thought about it. Next to the ring, he shrugged. Express the same thing. It's simply because you're training and you get hurt. The ring asked. So if the muscle is damaged, it goes to Ra Sao. It's not just the muscles. Where it is injured, it will expand. The broken bone will also be thicker than the original. Depending on the situation, there will be different places, but most of it will be. So Ra, the best way to exercise your body is to get injured. It's absurd, but it's absolutely true. Even this method has become the norm in the outside world. And it's not lacking. They are very famous for their training methods. By hitting ROI on yourself. Or stick your hand in hot sand or SAO. Like we are swords. It's not that it's useless or SAO. Put your hand out first. It's not. In Hoa Sun, we've trained in the same way before. From the beginning, everyone used a sword to practice slashing. Many times a day. But now the SAO. We can easily use our swords all day. Without any difficulty. That's what it is. White immediately bent down. Look at my hands. He is a sword. And of course, the hands of a swordsman will be very hard and hard. The more human flesh is injured, it will become stronger. And of course, if it's too much, it becomes poison. But if you use it enough, otherwise, it will make the body stronger. Internal power is no different. Intraday, after all, is that the principle is compromised. Gas is restored after damage. Will surely be stronger than the original principle. But we've never seen anything like it. Of course, for the transportation, to converge its limiting principle. But not now. There's a source of energy in your body. It can be absorbed without the need for manipulation or SAO. The white sky is sweating as if understanding Ra. Will Brother is talking about the energy of the medicine has not been absorbed. Than Min shrugged his shoulders. There's actually nothing difficult about this. Impact in a moderate way. And the blood part, that's enough internal damage. The body will have to automatically find the source of the gas to heal that internal injury, but not in the body of the master. There's an abundance of natural gas, or SAO, and then a new source of gas, stronger than the old gas source, will be formed. So that's why we get hurt. It can be stronger. White Sky and Leopard sweat when they understood. That's right, they screamed in admiration. I can't believe you can think of that. Is your brain normal? It is also annoying to hear that. Are these guys calling the shots? That's good. This is the knowledge I've learned countless times on the battlefield. This result is. It's the result that I tried to apply. Gently and safely, up on their bodies. Actually, raw this reasoning. It describes the road, on the line between life and death. So, I haven't had those experiences. It's going to be hard to understand. You can keep talking. No matter what, everyone thinks. This is a daily training. After it's over, everyone will be stronger than before. Sprinkle Fan Min clenched his fist in his hand. When practicing, of course being beaten. But that way you'll feel better. See that group, white light blue face aesthetic. No need. We don't feel comfortable at all. White Sky sighs often. Okay, that's it. If we can endure the violence of masquerading, this exercise, it can get stronger in a short time, right? Sure. As long as everyone can finish it. White immediately threw out his sword. That's it. Don't blame us if you get hurt. Smiling slightly, he thought. Here's why. I find the White Angel very interesting. Because he never gave up. No matter how difficult it is. It's good to jump in. Just finished. The White Sky also swung his sword and rushed to shout. Please. At the same time, he puts his strength into his fist. Just that is not enough, master. His power is strong. Against the sword of white heaven, they continue their hellish training to become stronger. After that day is over, I saw the carriage continue its journey, with the White Sky dangling in the back. It's every day. Still the battle of a dam for a Fan Min. The driver told me to always accompany them. Silently thinking. It's amazing they've been doing this for 5 days in a row. Normal people are. I will definitely not be able to sit up. If you get hit like that. but it seems increasingly they're becoming more energetic. Before, one side can always run at the same time. The four on one side always gets stronger. Every time you hit show, like death or real. The truth is I don't know which side is worse. Ever since that Hoa's son became a barbarian sect like this. Right. At the same time, he looked at all four of them lying on the ground. That say, you just pretend to be good. It's in the air. Adjust your body until we get back. When he finished, he turned around. He wanted to immediately step towards the dense bush. White Angel Face Swollen Nose asked, "Piss off and keep on answering." He noticed at the same time, G is throwing his fist at his back, and muttered, "One day I will break your nose." "It is not far from the letter," he said. "That can't happen, Jack." It hit me again now. White sky as if to realize something that sweats. Sit up, aesthetic. What is it, after all, that bright boy? I saw the look on the face of the white man in wonder. Shoo, shoo. What are you looking at that seems so serious? White sky hesitated to speak. Everyone was. Have you ever seen that little devil sweating? Never been. I don't understand why you ask me what you mean. White sky replied, "That's the idea on the face. I've never seen him sweat before. I am also a human being, and of course not." He didn't finish. He was stopped for a while. And then he whispered again, "I've never seen that before." The guy next to me also said, "I can't believe you've never seen that either." My brother was in the sword race. You don't sweat, do you? That? Why did you suddenly start talking about it? Hear those words. White Heaven's expression became even more bizarre. No, it's nothing. Just replied. His eyes began to turn towards the light. He remembered earlier and aesthetically. The back of his neck just now. I definitely saw it in the back. The back of his neck is all wet. What this means is, the name monster, step by step defeated the Elder of Vo. He's exhausted fighting with us. That doesn't mean we're stronger. And we know we're in the present. It can't be compared to a broken heart. If that's the case, this exercise, it's not a simple one-sided torture. As we still think. After a moment of thinking, he spoke as if he was choking the whole group. Everybody get up and move the scene to the bar. He's lying in a place that his brothers and sisters couldn't see. Oh, he's dead, he lamented. Brother, if you do this, you will die soon. The acupressure palace. It's easy to say, but it's not molding. Indiscriminately squeezing the acupressure. It's one of the most difficult techniques. Even a master is hard to do. The transmission of one's own principles into someone else's body, and then we hit them reasonably well, requires an extremely high level of control and control skills. If too strong hand, your blood will be severely damaged. If your hands are too light, the acupressure doesn't make sense anymore. It must be a rational force. So this is a technique that the person who did it, you have to understand the principle of each person to be able to adjust and strike correctly. I ate a mixture of knitting and strength. It also goes up a level. So here's something we can try. Of course, every time, my focus has been wiped out to the point where the mind is empty. He sighed often. Or just like this, to be able to enjoy the glory of the precious flower again. If it is the light of the past, then sure, he wouldn't try so hard for someone else. Because at that time, he thought, rather quickly increase the synergy. It's better than training like this. But the light of now, it's not the light of the past anymore. No matter how strong you are, then something will change. In the end, there are still things I can't do alone. There are places you can't go alone. I know why you keep praying. He breathed out for an hour. In fact, even if I don't lend a helping hand, then at some point, they will also absorb all the energy of the mixture, raw knit and stronger. It's basically, the principle of the knitting mixture is not difficult to absorb because now they've reached that level. But that's not enough. We can't wait for a moment. Even though it takes effort, AI can also climb to the top of a mountain. Not high, but there will still be distance among the earliest climbers to the top of the mountain and those who climbed behind. Because if they're a few years ahead of everyone else, then they can go further than others. Just like that, The power gap will get bigger and bigger. For others, it is very difficult to do so. However, their will is great. I see them getting stronger every day. Is that there's a surge of desire. I want to teach them a little more. We want to make them as strong as possible. Even though the students were much more determined than before. He suddenly laughed softly. In the past, every time I tell you to train, they will make excuses for being busy. Then the ass ran away. That's why Ming just looked at the night sky, just grumbling. If only to teach them. They will teach it to their brothers or his disciples. If that happens again and again, the paint will be strong. Up, right? Master brother. A gentle wind blowing over you. It's as if the counselor is smiling. Then Than Min internal transportation. Let Hong dry all the sweat on the body. He tidied up his clothes neatly. Then he walked towards the brothers. Shoo shoo. Maybe the time has come faster than he thought. They're not a burden to me now. They've become solid teammates. They can support me. You just walked away complaining. Hey, do you know how hard I've worked? Yeah, these names. But very quickly, when you arrived, you were stunned. When I saw that the white sky group was burning, the air that stands there. Brothers and sisters, the man he thought was lying on the ground or slouching in a carriage. I have been waiting for him to come back ever since. You wonder, what are you doing? Why don't you rest? Break white angel smirking lips. We can't rest when we're training at this level. Let's do one more fight. Than Min, surprised. I can't say anything yet. He also smirked his lips provocatively. Oh my gosh, if you are tired, take a break. The ring doesn't give up. Don't tell me it's new. I'm exhausted. Latoyed as sword pointed towards the Than Min said, if I put a hole in you, it'll be cool. Come here, Ming Ming. We keep practicing. The hell is singing the blood veins. Even though SAO looks like you still need to learn more. The blood veins on the forehead have moved down. His arms and fists trembled. At the same time, his eyes lit up. Because people want to practice. So, I will definitely teach you a proper lesson. Get it all up here. Immediately, the white sky people shouted and rushed up. Don't let it get hit. Take it down. smiling at the scene. I'm very pleased, these poor people. Brother, brother, master, brother. The paint is good now. And he was like that. Time to escape. Finally, the car carrying Hoa Sun's disciples arrived in the capital. Sichuan told him to pull the reins and stop the chariot. And then he turns his head back and he screams. We're already in the city. The door opens from inside you. The cat's death slowly stepped out. I just see them all. It's like a wreck. The face is cruel. Ragged clothes. There's no energy left. White sky hooks the roof of the mouth. This is Sichuan Sao finally coming. I think it's only halfway to go. When will we get to the south? Pictures of Hoa Sun disciples when getting off the carriage. Reminds people of the famine of 4 years. Their eyes are down. His head trembled and he breathed and sighed. You shouldn't be out right now. He rubbed the back of his tired head. Hey, looks like we've moved faster than expected. If only there were 2 more days. Maybe we've already done something. The soldier said in a very sorry tone. But in response to that, it's a series of faces showing resentment. Even Than Min also have to shiver in front of that atmosphere full of anger. No matter what, everyone is still alive. They say they are moving towards them now. What are the leaders going to do? Everyone wants to be with you. To this section of the mercantile society in Sichuan. And grace the mercantile union. He also ordered the Sichuan division. Find out in advance the information related to Yinan. That's it. Is that information enough? To be honest, with the ability to collect 10 pieces of information from the mercantile, currently, it is important to get information about Yinan. Is relatively difficult. In the past, that's right, trade unions used to trade goods from Yinan. But in fact, it's only done through intermediaries. They're small trade unions. In other words, thank you mercantile union can't find a way to get into Yinan. From now on, the area where the leaders go is no longer in scope VI that the trade union can support. Instead, the company will help the leaders in terms of accommodation. In this place, if you need it, please go to the division of the trade union. Yes, Lord, thank you for your kindness. We also understand the current situation and will visit the next section of the mercantile. For now, you can rest easy. As soon as the driver left, Bok turned to look at his brothers. Let's go in too. Yes, but before that, we all have to remember this, he said with a cautious face. We're here to find a way to Yunnan. It's not to cause trouble. Sichuan province is an area of Sichuan province. Not far from here, there is a small town. So the shaman of the Than sect, a lot will appear here. Although not much, but there's also the possibility that we will also meet your Russian disciples. That's why we all have to behave properly. The soldiers whispered, smiling hands. Master, you don't have to worry. The brothers will know for themselves how to do it. I said that you are the children of this boy. There's nothing to worry about for everyone else. You're the problem. Next White Sky said, let's split up and collect 10 pieces of information, and we're going to go over to that part of the table. However, the high probability is the traders, you will know more about the city than you. So we should investigate in that direction as well. Than Min lazy. Master, that's it. They may get nothing and waste it. There's more time. Shut up, even if it's just a little news. It's also possible to change that whole landscape. You know what? Soon after, they scattered to ask Han and listen to the news around. From ordinary people to beggars and traders. They're trying to get as little as 10 stories as possible. Not long after, they ended up in a restaurant. White Sky depressed. Isn't Sichuan the land bordering Yunnan? There may not be a bit of information like this. It's unbelievable. Especially the way to Yunnan. Why are you asking us that? Yunnan is a land where beggars cannot live. Then, how can we get that information? Traders are the same. Melancholy dance. The road was blocked, so they couldn't get there either. Sai tone ring. Not to mention the road. Even information about Yunnan. It's still an incomplete number to this day. Not really. The words of the master make people pay attention. The board may not have any information about Yunnan. But merchants don't make sense of that. Clearly they know. It's just not telling us. Why is that? It's because there's no reason to. Not. They don't get any benefit from that. or SAO. But we told you we'd pay for the information. Put your hands on your shirt and continue. You can't just do that. At least, we have to get rid of this tomorrow flower pattern. Because Sichuan is a land of xenophobia, more serious than we think. They're basically quite far from the central Nuyen area. And there's some history-related issues. More important, the Chinese are very influential in this place. So much so that a person who wants to live here, force that person to look at the face. People like that. You can welcome people from other countries, especially if they're wearing martial arts. Maybe there's a pattern from another school. Than Min only eats food now 7 hopes. Then you have to tell everyone soon. Or did I say, I'm not going to take the uniform off? That's right, my stomach is full. Of course not. What do we have to hide the identity of the student Hoa-san? No way. I've never used lips before. Who wears black robes and wears a veil? Sneaking out at night? The police immediately refused. Who knows what? So that's another problem or something. No matter what, just do this. It doesn't work. If you really want to get information, we should get the help of fake roads. And if you can't do that, we have to hide it. We're the ones coming from outside right now. Then the ring turned to the master. But why do you know things like this? Oh wait, you're from Sichuan, right? I seem to have heard you say. Your disciples in Sichuan, yes. Face bent down, that's right. I am still wrong to eat and talk. That's right, Zhang. Master, you're not the son of a merchant or SAO. We can go to your house. You don't have to go around this place. How bad is your personality? I don't like visitors to the house. You want everyone. You have to keep running back and forth like this. That's really bad. The master glanced at. I really don't want to hear those words. Not from someone like you. Slowly, I know. You left home, so you hate coming home. Right. No SAO, no SAO. No SAO. The Lord of Heaven will understand your heart. The white sky heard that and was stunned. I left because of my will. Do you understand me, devil? He laughed and poked at his hips. Even though it has become like this. Let's go home and see what happens, brother. Okay, with the consent of the master. Not long after, they were standing in front of a dilapidated house. The city often screams. It reminds me of the paint a few years ago. You are two sons in the family. The hope of the family, and then enter Hoa's son. Even if you are cute, you are cute. So we should also go and say hello to his parents. A little. While the Ming is babbling about to enter. The whole group noticed. Master, go in a different direction. He turned around. Not that way, not this way. Where is it right after that? I can only see the pale face. Next to two people. White and Leap Tone are not surprised. Without saying a word. What? What is this? A wall, not a gate. Or is this the gate of the Forbidden City? Master. Brother Than Min's eyes lit up. Capitalist light that stammered. Brother Zhuo Keat is the master of this subject. Your money-hungry face is immediately apparent. Just like some capitalist that I saw in a cartoon. Standing in front of the big gate. I was wondering if this is your real home. That's right. It's really here. Oh, I told you that. I can't believe it. The image of Master. My eyes have now changed 180 degrees. But he still denies it. Brother, think carefully. The life of a person, it will show on that person's face. And look at your brother's face, who thinks you're a rich kid. Anyone who looks at it thinks, brother just came from some remote, poor country. Enough, can't take it anymore. It's time to shout. Quick kick for clear one and interrupt. I wonder if you're next to the ring. You didn't tell me that. Your house is a small company. In the remote countryside or SAO. And when you say that, I felt very good about you, so I trusted her too. Wow, you look so pathetic. You feel so strange now. Eye contact ring, dodge, no. It's not weird. You see, this scold. Your eyes are showing that strangeness. The white sky couldn't stand it anymore and gritted its teeth. Guard the safe to reach the head of the Min City with a hot pot. Translation: stop talking. At the same time, their noise. They also made the people inside here. Open the door. An old man with sharp eyes. He watched the disciples paint furiously. AI. Air Tuka's trouble in front of the Four Seas Trade Association. Yeah. As soon as he finished, he was stunned. When you see a familiar face. Lack of young master. Immediately, he rushed to embrace the strategy of two men. These two guys, for heaven's sake. You've become so bold like this. A three, please calm down. When you see that, you whisper. It seems to be from Sichuan. In another sense, yes. I think so too. It's local. The ring is also smaller, because the image of the master is eaten up all the time. What do they do in their eyes? There's no such thing as bravery. Min continued. It seems that the children are really well off. I saw him speak blankly to the old man.